Shumai guys, and welcome back to the Life to the Full podcast with me, your host, Dav Morse. This is the podcast going out on the airwaves which inspires and equips you to make the most of your time here on Earth. Today, as part of really making the most of our time here on Earth, we are talking home exchange. I love to travel. I love seeing different parts of the world. I love staying in new places and immersing myself in the local culture. And I also love doing it for free. This topic is on my mind because we're just about to go and celebrate my wife's birthday by going to Holland to see the tulips. And we're doing it using home exchange. You might be getting to know me a little bit by now, and you might be beginning to realise that I have some niche interests and niche places that I hang out on the internet. I have some non-conventional ways of approaching life. Home exchange is not something that many people tend to do, and so I thought I'd give you the opportunity to share in this wonderful way of travelling and seeing the world, just in case you haven't come across it, in case you don't know anybody who's done it. As a family, we almost exclusively use home exchange as a way of seeing the world. There is no better way, no more cost-effective way than swapping houses with someone. It's an incredible way of feeling at home somewhere, feeling part of the community. The only way you could get more local is if you were adopted into a local family and they took care of you. Feeling like a local when we travel is something we really value. We like to not feel like tourists, and you certainly get that with home exchange. Although it's very easy to go to tourist-centric places like big cities, it's just as easy to go somewhere quiet where there are no tourists, only locals, and we've done both. There's something particularly special about being in the village when nobody speaks English, and you wander down to the local bakery every day to get your daily baguette, and the locals start to recognise you and say hello. That's the kind of human connection you can get when you do home exchange. Essentially, what happens is you can either find someone who wants to come to your house, whose house you want to go to, and then set up a direct swap, or alternatively, the website which we use, which is homeexchange.com, has a system of guest points. When you have someone to stay in your house, you earn guest points, and you can then use these guest points to go and try and stay somewhere else. We've been to so many stunning, beautiful places with home exchange. We've been to the Lake District, to the vineyards of the Loire, the mountains of Italy, Barcelona, Vancouver. We've even used it to get away for Christmas and New Year. Places like Chester, London, Oxford. You really can go almost anywhere. I haven't found anywhere in Mauritania yet. All it costs is €160 per year for membership to the site. What about some of the challenges that we faced using home exchange as a way of travelling? Well, you can't be too specific on exactly where you want to go or exactly when. It's certainly possible to be specific for a time and place, but it can be more challenging to organise. You need to send more messages to contact more people to have a better chance of making it work. We did have one occasion where we wanted to go to my cousin-in-law's wedding in Vancouver, and obviously that is a specific date and a specific place. And we did manage to nab 2 weeks in a cosy apartment in downtown Vancouver. On the other hand, we wanted to go to Holland for my wife's birthday, and we almost gave up. We must have sent about 55 messages until we finally sorted something. Usually, we'll have a general area and a rough time. We might say, we want to go to the Loire to spend time in the rolling vineyards in the first couple of weeks of August. And that's vague enough so that when we do it like this, we usually get something no problem. If you have ever seen The Holiday, where Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet send each other messages saying, I really want to swap houses. What time? Shall we do it tomorrow? Okay. It doesn't really happen like that. You need to plan a little bit further ahead. Similar to that, one of the downsides is you can't just book something. You can't just go on a whim and say, that's where I want to go, and book it. You have to go through the whole process of messaging, confirming dates. There's usually a little bit of back and forth that goes with that. The quickest one we've ever organised was about 67 minutes from first message to confirmed, but usually the process of sending messages drags on for days or sometimes weeks. There's also the preparation of the house beforehand. For a long time we did all of the cleaning ourselves, but we recently started getting a cleaner to do the general clean and prep, and we just do some of the harder things that cleaners don't tend to do, like emptying the drain of hair. I don't know why I said that. So in summary, home exchange is one of the best ways of seeing the world. You have flexibility of time, flexibility of place, and it really is cheap as chips. Chips are quite cheap, aren't they? I hope you feel inspired to use home exchange for your next holiday. I'd love to hear where you've been. Head over to Instagram, find me on there, David Morse or Life to the Full podcast. As I mentioned last week, I've got a giveaway competition coming up in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that. The prize arrived in the post today, ready to send out to one special listener. I often hear podcasters say the more I ask people to leave reviews, the more reviews I get. So here I am asking again, if you wouldn't mind leaving a little review. That would be absolutely delightful. Till next time, peace out.